What is up, y'all? It's a beautiful rainy day, and I'm here to review a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Had to check this one out, man. It was about Mr. Rogers, or at least it was advertised as such, and for the most part it was. And on top of that, have OG Tom Hanks in it, and man, I'm always going to the theaters to check out Tom Hanks for the most part. I didn't really watch the shit he was doing again with the Vatican Church films. I didn't really watch those, but Toy Story and this was good. I enjoyed it. This is a story about a reporter who ends up doing a report on, I don't know if he's a reporter, he's a writer for a magazine, who gets given the assignment to do a report on Mr. Rogers because this particular writer was gaining a reputation for being a very pessimistic, angry individual who would write fucked up pieces about those that he interviewed, despite appearing to be so friendly when he interviewed them. Mr. Rogers actually requested for this particular writer when he was reached out to, I'm assuming, about the article itself. That was what happened. I think they reached out to him. I don't remember that part completely, but I do remember Mr. Rogers requesting this particular writer. I can't remember the writer's name, which is fucked up, but I always tend to do that. These are in the car interviews. Bear with me, please. But I'm better than Ebert and Roper, and I'm the new Mr. Movie Phone, bitch. Don't ever disrespect me. Anyway, so Mr. Rogers requested for this angry motherfucker because he knew, you know what, man, let me go ahead and help this guy out. And Mr. Rogers, the dude was skeptical. He was like, man, what's up with you, Mr. Rogers? You some type of weirdo, is what he was kind of saying. And Mr. Rogers is like just a very calm, this motherfucker was a sensei, dude. Mr. Rogers, Tom Hanks, was just like, no, I have a temper too, but just talking like ever so fucking coolly, ever so calm and collected. The one thing that I was a little like, Mr. Rogers was taking pictures of everybody that interviewed him and shit like that, or that he met, and I was like, what did he do with those pictures? But I'm not gonna put nothing on Mr. Rogers. I am gonna say though that Mr. Rogers, watching this movie as a pessimistic individual in this fucked up world, although when you change your perspective, it's a very beautiful rainy day right now. It's very easy to look at somebody like a Mr. Rogers like there's something wrong with him. But then watching this movie and watching the journey that this writer went through with Mr. Rogers, you kind of get the feeling like, damn, no, there's something wrong with me, but I could fix it. Because that's what Mr. Rogers is about, man. Just giving hope and shit to people. And it was dope. It was very dope to see Tom Hanks portray this. The writer ends up writing a fantastic piece on Mr. Rogers, as well as fixing or beginning to fix some of his own personal issues, because he had drama with his father, typical father walks out type shit, and was an angry individual largely because of that. But through the help of Mr. Rogers, he ends up attacking that head on, because Mr. Rogers would, like, in the midst of his interview questions, and he would ask some deep ass interview questions of Mr. Rogers would be like, so what happened with your dad type shit, and then bro would be like taken aback like, what? Whoa, shit. But because it was a nerve and Mr. Rogers knew to hit it, he would end up talking and shit, just wow. So yeah, he ends up writing an amazing article, and Mr. Rogers ends up becoming the cover story, and I believe this was Time Magazine. Yeah, man, I recommend this movie. There's a lot of dialogue in it. I was a bit confused initially because I was like, oh, I thought this was all about Mr. Rogers, and it was, but it was more so about Mr. Rogers in action and what he does, as opposed to like a biographical. Mr. Rogers was born, blah, blah. It wasn't really much of that. It was Mr. Rogers as an adult, fucking helping another adult out, and helping everybody find happiness. So, sounds a little corny, but I enjoyed it, man. That was a good ass movie. It was a pretty good movie. Little long-winded though. Like, you got to pay attention. If you like, dialogue heavy, very dialogue heavy, but enjoyable nonetheless. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Queen and Slim. Queen and Slim is coming next. I can't wait for that. And as well as some random movies. I'll give you a quick. Actually, I just seen Countdown. I'm not gonna give a full review on it. I actually was scared. Countdown was typical corny little high school movie. Little white kids like, hey, you guys want to see if we can die? Oh, what? We won't die. Fuck it. And they end up signing up for some app that tells you when you're gonna die. Everybody's laughing. Ha ha ha! You're gonna die tomorrow. Oh, and the person who's gonna die tomorrow is like, oh shit, I'm gonna die tomorrow. And actually, they ended up dying whenever the fucking thing told them to. Then they tried to switch the thing. They tried to go in and hack and change. Hey, I'm gonna die at 90 years old. I'm not dying tomorrow. But it was like the devil and shit coming and collecting. Like, nah, fuck you. You signed up. Give me your soul. And killed him. And I showed him to that movie Loaded. Excuse me, that's a cotton mouth. I showed up to the movie Loaded, and I drank espresso, I want to say. Whoo! Shit! I was jumping. That movie, if you can catch it while it's still in theaters, go check that shit out. It might be damn near dead. No, I think it's still there for maybe another week or so. But it was a nice little spooky movie, man. Take a date there. Even go by yourself just to be humbled right quick. Oh, shit. I could die tomorrow off an app. So, yeah, man. All right. See y'all next time for real this time.